Hey, it's Sue McLachlan. Welcome back to Stop Guessing, Start Testing. And I'm in a bit of a ranty mood today after some time spent on Facebook where I have been seeing nothing but wall-to-wall shortcuts. And I think all these shortcut promises are really doing a disservice to the online course digital product industry, because everywhere you look, there are promises that are completely unrealistic and are going to kill people's dreams, because it is just not true. Let me tell you some of the things that Facebook has told me through various ads and other things in a very short scroll. RIP paying developers 50 grand to build your app. I just watched 8 women build software in under 60 minutes. Assuming that you can do that too. Next, I enrolled 86 customers yesterday. No calls, no posting, no DMing, no chasing leads. I just turned on ads. People bought in under 5 minutes and many bought my $2,000 offers within days. Again, very much shortcutting the amount of work that it's going to take before you get to that point. I replaced my sales calls with a simple video and made $96,000. Again, trying to make out like you can do it too. It gets even better. Your birth date is your entire business plan. My client made $368,000 in 8 weeks by ignoring every business mentor. She just plugged in her chart and got her soul's exact blueprint. And you can get it too for just $7. I mean, it's understandable, right? You would want that too. Book 1K clients daily with this 5-message DM sequence you can plug in 10 minutes. Well, it might work for them if you've got your messaging organized. Get 3 to 5K clients with one proven funnel that you can install in minutes to get clients on autopilot. You get the idea. Single document lands $2,000 clients every week without calls or DMs. Build a one-person, $160,000 a month business in hours, not weeks, with this simple AI tool. I've got more examples, but it is just relentless. It is no wonder that people think making digital products, creating them and selling them is some kind of ticket to easy money. And it's not new, and I'm thinking that it's just because it's the time of year, or maybe I just paid attention to it when I've let all that noise just go over my head in the past. But I think all this shortcut marketing is actually the industry's biggest problem, because it is perpetuating the lie and the myth that this is somehow easy, that being a course creator, being a digital product creator, doing a personal brand business is just some kind of, click and, insert a couple of words into someone else's system and you'll have an instant business. Because if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. Creating courses, selling courses, and growing an audience is not some one and done thing. Iterating and improving things is a lifelong mission. There's no one and done. Yes, you can create things and continue to make money from them, but doing something, testing it, seeing the results of what happened, and then iterating to improve it is what is going to make the biggest difference in your business. Now, I personally believe that getting some kind of minimum viable product out as soon as possible is one of the best things that you can do, even if it's imperfect, even if you are not sure if it's going to work, because what that does is it gives you momentum. It gives you something that is living that you can update as you go. And when you get minimum viable out there, it forces you into action. And once it's out there, you're able to get data. And once you've got data, then you're able to do the things that can make it better, that might help this to work better, all of those things. And it's, I feel so sad that, there's so many people who go into this and then, I don't want to say fail, but get really disillusioned that the results aren't being the promises. I mean, here's another one, a proven system and app to build your complete ready to sell offer in just 90 minutes so you can make $250,000 this year. Get every template that I've used to make over $3 million in my business for just $27. I mean, these outrageous claims sell, because who doesn't want the shortcut? Who doesn't want to do their entire business in 90 minutes and make 250 grand? I mean, I'll admit, when I first started in this online course business back in 2019, I had grand plans. I thought I was going to make like 50 grand off my first launch after seeing stories of other people. Like, I always remember one that sticks out, which was someone who'd made like 6 figures from selling a course on how to make candy apples or something like that. And I was like, well, if that person can do it, I can do it too. But in order to get really good at creating valuable digital assets, like things that you can sell over again that are going to get people results, like good quality digital products, and to get really good at doing things like managing your community, showing up live and serving your members, getting good at writing copy, getting good at selling, connecting with people, and growing an audience. Like, there are so many skills that you need to have a successful online business. And if you're doing it yourself, well, that means you've got to learn those skills. And all of that takes time to learn. So I have this framework that I call the creator growth loop. And it's all about the things that you need to do within your business in order to have a sustainable business. Because if you skimp out on one area, it kind of puts the whole business at a little bit of a disadvantage. It's like a tripod or a stool with 3 legs. Lose a leg and it's going to be very hard for that to stay upright. And the 3 areas of the creator growth loop are being seen, creating value, and making sales. Now, a lot of people get stuck in the trap of maybe spending the majority of their time in the creating value, which is building courses, potentially even building websites, and like a lot of building, a lot of doing things, tinkering, faffing around, but very little sales and even less potentially in audience growth. And when that happens, it can be really difficult to make sales because you just don't have your stuff in front of enough people. And that is why I believe that these things should be really even. Like, growing your audience needs to be a continual thing. It's not just some plug and play thing you can do once and then that's going to be there forever. And it's like a, unlimited ATM cash machine. Being visible and getting yourself in front of people is an ongoing job, and trying to work out how to do that in the most effective way is a constant iteration. You need to make your best guess at where to focus that effort, whether that's going to be long form content, whether that's going to be like YouTube, blogs, podcasts, that kind of thing, whether it's going to be short form content so you can, play with the algorithm and do Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, like, social sort of instant stuff, whether you're getting in front of other people's audiences, whether you are paying for sponsorships, ads, etc. Getting in front of people, that that being seen part of the creator growth loop is critical, because if you don't have anyone to make sales to, which is the second part, then you will not be able to make the sales because you're not getting your your sales page, your emails, your social content in front of enough people. And if you don't actually create value by creating digital products, then you're going to have nothing to sell them. Hence why this is more like an infinity loop that is ongoing. And the more that you do at each part of that creator growth loop, the more data that you're gathering. And in the beginning, you won't have a lot of data. And if you don't do anything, you won't get data. It's why I'm such a big proponent of learning and doing, because not only do you get data, you get better at it. You try things, you see what works for you, because just plugging in someone else's system isn't going to help you know then how to iterate, how to change, what worked, what didn't. You'll just probably be like, oh, that didn't work, and get really disgruntled. And that's why I think that this shortcut marketing is such a terrible problem for our industry, because everyone wants to sell their stuff, but when you're selling it based on promises that are completely unrealistic and trying to, to get people in the door and, sell them the potential that maybe 0.01% of people could achieve if they were, lucky enough to have a heap of resources behind them already, which is what a lot of these things are. They may work in certain situations. You need to figure out what's going to work for you. And that's why getting something out there, minimum viable, iterating it, and learning from doing is such a powerful skill, because if you don't collect data and then you don't evaluate what you're doing, you're not going to know what to fix or change. I mean, think about it from this perspective. You cannot even get a driver's license without practice. So why would you expect to get good at any other skill without putting in that repetition and learning and doing and doing and doing? Learning through doing is one of the most critical things that you can do, and it's something that I will perpetually and forever encourage you to do, because the shortcuts are great. You know, I'm a sucker for it myself. I've bought GPTs and other things where I think, you know, oh, cool, I can do that in 20 minutes. But in order for it to work in 20 minutes, you need to have put a whole lot of work in first. And that's the thing that isn't in the sexy marketing campaigns. I mean, that's the problem, right? It's far less sexy to say, hey, you're going to have to do a lot of work to be successful, because who doesn't want a shortcut? I mean, who doesn't want to get every template that's ever been made so someone could make $3 million and plug it in for $27? Who doesn't want to make 20 grand on the first day with no tech skills needed? Just upload, flip on a sales page and profit, and it's just $67. But the thing is, if someone else is going to do that, then everyone is going to look the same. And what truly works is being you. You are selling your skills, your expertise, and learning to get really good at that is part of the testing process. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but I wanted to share that with you today. If you are seeing those promises and wondering why you're not further ahead, why you're not making 250 grand and thinking, oh, maybe I do need to buy that thing and that's what I need, it's probably not. It's probably that you need to lean into doing and learning and getting data. And I'm going to share loads of ways that you can do that and give examples of it inside the 2026 experiment. We have kicked off the year with the very first debrief, which actually went into, you know, a really pivotal lesson for me about how crucial it is to get a minimum viable product out there, because I got the 2026 experiment product out there and selling, and then updated and changed the sales page as people joined the program and I got feedback, and as I leaned more in and put more time into really crafting the messaging. And you can do that too. But had I held off and not released it, there would still be nothing out there. There would be no sales at all. There wouldn't be something for me to iterate. So please iterate, learn by doing. That is my message for today. I hope I will see you inside the 2026 experiment. If you want to learn more and join, you can go to the unicornadvisory.com/2026, and I'll see you on the next episode of Stop Guessing, Start Testing.